Hello everybody, Ben McDonnell here, and by the time this video is going up, I will have turned 20 years old. It doesn't even feel like that I'm 20 right now, it feels like I'm still 16, just starting high school, but the past 4 years have flown by so fast. This entire decade has flown by so quickly. From the ages of, starting off as 10, coming up all the way through 19, it's such a pivotal point in our lives. This is where we develop the most, start becoming adults, start actually understanding what the world is, start figuring out what you want to do in life. And I still remember the day that I turned 10, which started this entire decade. I had a presentation on my culture, my background of New Zealand, and we had to bring food that represented our country. So obviously I brought little kiwis because that's the national bird there, as well as brought donuts for the class for my birthday. And it was also the day that I lost a silver crown on one of my teeth, which I had for about a year to that point. And, it was such a big day. I lost a tooth, I had a presentation, and I was turning 10 years old. And, obviously as a kid, turning 10 is a really big deal. You go from the single digit numbers that you've known all your life to now double digits and starting a new chapter, a new decade of your entire existence. Honestly, I look back to when I was 10, back in 4th grade, which was 10 years ago in 2014. The world is a completely different place, so many different things. And for me, I just changed so much over the years. At this time, I was only playing baseball. I wasn't even playing any other sports. And then over the past few years, started playing basketball, started playing volleyball, getting into golf, and then obviously started playing more video games as well. And now video games and racing and stuff like that has been my life for about 8 years now, especially on the content side. It has been pretty much my entire life up into this point. Even before I turned 10 years old, before this decade even started for me, I have been surrounded in media, whether it's movies, TV shows, or even YouTube, but it has been a platform that has been here as long as I have, and I've pretty much known my entire life. Growing up with YouTube, it has been a part of my life, and I wanted to be a part of it. And back in 2016, I finally got my first phone, as well as made my first ever YouTube channel. I didn't know what I was doing. I barely knew how to edit. I just made stop motion videos or uploaded whatever I wanted onto there, and I just had fun with it. And over the years, I obviously wanted to get better, started doing different things, started branching out my content, and then just overall just trying to do what I can to hopefully succeed one day and to hopefully go back to these memories and live them out again through these videos. And that is exactly what I'm here doing today. I feel like there's been so much in my life that I've done already. Feels like there's really nothing much to do. It's weird to think about turning 20 because a lot of people don't really make it that far in life, and I'm fortunate to be able to. But it's like I think about it, and did I waste the first 20 years of my life? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I on the right path to what I'm supposed to be doing in life? I genuinely don't know. I really don't know. And it's like I come out to the beach to film this part of the video just to really get my mind off of it, just because there's a lot of personal things that I'm going to be saying in this video, and to really just come out here and just drown out all the noise of society, all the noises in my head, and just come out here and just enjoy it while filming a YouTube video and starting the next chapter in my life. If I'm completely honest, I'm kind of scared for the next 10 years of my life. I have no idea what's to come. The first 18 years is already decided by you go to school, then go to college, but then what's after that? I don't know for myself. I have all these plans that I thought I would fulfill at this point, different life choices, but none of them are happening right now, and I genuinely don't know
what to look forward to in the future other than trying to find my own success. This is really the first time in my life that I've really felt lost and not really have a sense of know what's coming up. And honestly, that really does scare me. A lot of people go through it too, so I definitely understand that. But this is really the first time that I've felt this energy of I need to really do something, or I don't know what's going to come up next. The world has so many possibilities that I have all these avenues that I can go to, but I don't know which one would be the right for me, which one I'm supposed to follow, or if I'm even supposed to follow any, or what to do. That's the big question, is what to do. Am I really going to keep saying this and, just keep making it about what's coming next rather than what's happening now? I love what's going on right now. I love being in college right now. I love making videos right now, doing all this stuff. But, there's always the thought of what if, what's happening next, what am I supposed to look forward to, and what's the next chapter?
Hey y'all, before I go any further, this is the part of the video where it gets into some of the heavier topics. So if you want to skip past it, I'm going to put a timestamp right here to make sure you guys know when to skip to. But thank you everybody for watching up to this point. I really do appreciate it. And let's get into it. I genuinely don't know how to really start off this point of the video. This is the second time that I filmed this, just because the first time didn't feel like I genuinely did it. And this time I feel like I need to portray it in a better way and to really feel like I'm telling what I need to tell. But over the last 10 years, obviously I went through tons of changes, mentally and physically. First going into the physical part. Growing up, I wasn't the tall, slim figure that I always was. I was actually really overweight as a kid. The most that I've ever weighed was 220 pounds, and that was back when I was 14. And at that point in my life, I wasn't happy with my weight. I was only eating 2 meals a day, so I wasn't getting the necessary caloric intake that I needed or the right foods for my body. And yeah, I was an active kid growing up, but it really didn't matter to my body, as I just kept gaining the weight, was still feeling unhealthy. Mentally, I felt unhealthy, and I wanted to change that. And going to doctor visits and being told, hey, you're overweight, you're not eating enough meals, making me feel like, oh, I need to eat more, but then still not gain weight, just was very confusing to me. And that's really hard to grasp as a soon-to-be teenager, especially growing up. And during this time, it's like you're so mind focused about what your body looks like and how you feel and how you want to feel. I mean, I still do that, but now I'm able to control it, where back then I felt like I had no control over myself. And one summer, right before high school started, for my freshman year, I finally just said, no, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna change my habits. I'm gonna start going to the gym more. Start going to the gym, I wanna say 3-4 times a week. And it really helped me out, going from being 220 pounds and about 5'8", and then going into high school being about 190, 195 pounds and 6'1". Obviously the height helps, but I still felt better about myself, that I was losing the weight, and I was just feeling better mentally, and I was ready for the new task of high school to really feel comfortable in my own skin. Still having the physical challenge, but I was still having a huge mental challenge, and that really started kicking up once I got into middle school and high school. I fell into a bit of a depression and started to really think negatively, and honestly led to feeling like I just needed it all to stop. Especially in my freshman year of high school, I really started to get more depressed feelings, and those depressed feelings ultimately led to feelings of just wanting life to end. And it was a lot. it was a lot for me to really feel and comprehend, and honestly, I still feel the same way. You know, life is really tough, and honestly, it's really hard to keep going on right now. And it's like, why am I putting up with this? Why am I just letting myself be miserable? Why can't I either fix it or end it? And there were a lot of times over the last 6-7 years where I almost did something bad to myself. And looking back, it hurts that I did feel this way, and that I sometimes still feel this way. I have such a mental battle with myself, and sometimes I just let it continue to ramble on, just continue to just throw all these heavy thoughts into my head and just hurt myself mentally. Not physically, but just mentally, just hurting myself and not trying to do anything to, stop feeling this way. And it really has hurt me over the years. It really has hurt the development as a person, socially and mentally, where it's like, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. And what is the right thing? And what can I do to really feel better and to not let these feelings get to me? Because I've thankfully prevented myself from doing anything to myself so far. And I really want to stop this entire mental battle before it gets worse. And it's really hard to really speak about that, especially with anybody, let alone making a video about it. But I think the most important part of my recovery process is to make this video and to really just explain what I'm feeling and how it's really affected me over these past 10 years of my life, and how this is a crucial part to turn the past 10 years into a new decade of happy, more positive, and more reassuring future that I can look forward to, and to hopefully not care about everything going on in the world, not care about what I need to do next, but to live and just live life and have fun with it. Although these past 10 years went by pretty quickly, or at least feels like it, I'm really glad that they happened. Obviously, first 10 years of your life, first 20 years of your life means so much to you, and to really just go back and look at it and realize how much you've grown as a person, what all the experiences you've had, and where life is going to lead you next. So I'm really glad that I'm making this video once again, to really just drive home the point that, this is a new phase of my life. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for my 20s and whatever it holds for me. And don't you worry, I'm definitely not going anywhere anytime soon, or at least that I know of. We're going to continue with YouTube. We're going to continue with everything, at least for content-wise, and we're just going to continue to have fun. So hopefully you guys can share the experience with me. But I hope this video shows you guys that it is okay to be vulnerable on the internet about certain topics. It's not like you have to do it all at once like I am. You can gradually do it, or just gradually just talk to somebody that you can trust and work from there. Because life will get better. I know that for a fact. Life is only going to get better for me, and I hope it only gets better for you as well. But because this is a special video, especially turning 20, I gotta do something that I wouldn't think that I would be doing. So let's go see it. My name is Ben McDonnell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.